like to start things off by dedicating this night of action to the recently passed late great Antonio Inoki. The world of professional wrestling is darker now with the passing of the legend. With the IWF, send our deepest condolences to the Inoki family, as there's been so many greats throughout the history of Japanese Poyu-Resu. Greats like Riki Dozan, the Giant Baba, the Dragon Tatsumi Fujinami, Yoshiaki Fujiwara, Satoru Sayama, Keiji Muto, Tanahashi, Okada. Tonight, the superstars of the IWF look to etch their names in their history books. I'd like to welcome you to IWF Big in Japan. This is DrHooksMalone. Thank you for joining me on a night where the great Shibata will team with Olympic gold medalist Yuta Abe to square off with the Kawaii fighter Hikari and a mystery partner, as well as Yoshihana, the Massive Man Mountain. He will face his greatest rival and the man that Idol worshipped him before being so viciously attacked by his former idol, Sumo Joe, the #1 contender, or perhaps the former #1 contender, as he postponed his championship match. Sumo Joe will receive his title match on a later date, as tonight he faces the Massive Man Mountain. It's Hana versus Joe tonight on Big in Japan. But we're going to start things off with the bang. Tag team action up first, as the Disciples of Darkness, two members of the Unholy Alliance. They're going to be accompanied by the newest member of the Unholy Alliance, Dante De La Muerte, as Warlock and the Dark Rider Ghost. They're going to take on the new team of the doctor's office, if you will. Dr. Lucha MD and his half-brother Volar, returning after being so viciously injured by the Unholy Thanos, the leader of the Unholy Alliance, inside the Hell in the Cell match, where they were defeated by Thanos, as well as the Disciples of Darkness, the team that they will face tonight. Can Dr. Lucha MD and Volar overcome the forces of evil and the Hounds of Hell? With Infirma's help, Infirma's support in their corner, the Lucha Nurse stands next to her man, Dr. Lucha MD, as he teams up with Volar against the massive and mighty Hounds of Hell, the Disciples of Darkness, along with Dante De La Muerte in their corner. Who can come out on top here tonight on Big in Japan with DrHooksMalone?
They are ready for a fight.
Kicking things off here tonight on Big in Japan, we'll have a massive tag team, certainly fitting of the name Big in Japan, as they pay tribute to the Road Warriors.
On the way to the ring, accompanied by THANX at a combined weight of 681 pounds. The tag division is
the Disciples of Darkness, the Dark Rider Ghost, and the Wicked Weaver of Witchcraft and Wizardry, the Massive Warlock, teaming up tonight, paying tribute to the Road Warriors, these Demon Warriors, these Hounds of Hell, will look to destroy Dr. Lucha MD and his half-brother Volar in tag team action, as we're going Big in Japan tonight with DrHooksMalone. Dante De La Muerte, the former friend of Dr. Lucha MD, turning on his friend after a series of matches, or an attempted series of matches, that is, between Dr. Lucha MD and the brother of Dante, La Parca de Muerte. Dante took it upon himself to get involved, then being seduced by the Mexican Swamp Witch and a member of the Coven, Dalia LaLorna, beckoning Dante De La Muerte to join the likes of the Unholy Alliance, led by the Unholy Thanos, his unholy bride-to-be, Victoria Lovecraft. They lead their team, comprised of members of the Coven, as well as these men, the Disciples of Darkness. As now, the half-brother of Dr. Lucha MD, Volar, makes his arrival. Volar, the Maverick Flyboy, ready for action here tonight, wearing a half-and-half attire, showing that he's half-brothers with Dr. Lucha MD, along with his half-adopted brother, his best friend for life, El Susuro.
From Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 231 pounds, Maverick Flyboy.
Volar, the tag team partner of El Susuro, but also the half-brother of one Dr. Lucha MD tonight. He looks to get a step closer to gaining some vengeance over the Unholy Thanos, the man who so viciously injured him, driving him head first through the roof of the Hell in the Cell chamber. As now, Dr. Blood Money in the Bank makes his arrival.
Sensation from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 274 pounds, the Luchador, Dr. MD.
Dr. Lucha MD ready for action here tonight. Of course, climbing the ladder to become Dr. Blood Money in the Bank. He can cash in that briefcase at any given time for any given championship. Tonight, seeing it as it is, the month of October, Dr. Lucha MD and his girl, the Lucha Nurse Inferno. My God, Volar with a quick Spanish fly, catching the Dark Rider Ghost. As I was saying, Dr. Lucha and Inferma sporting their pink in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month of October, supporting Inferma's poor mother, a victim, a sufferer of breast cancer herself tonight. If Dr. Lucha MD and his half-brother Volar are victorious, all the proceeds of this match will go to breast cancer research and awareness. Can they come out on top for a good cause? As now, the Dark Rider climbs the top rope, looks to take out Volar, and does the flying headbutt. Shades of the Dynamite Kid, who was huge in Japan. Now Dr. Lucha MD making the save for his brother as the Dark Rider Ghost goes to work on his opponents. Dr. Lucha MD and his brother Volar, they're teaming up for the first time ever here tonight. Can they overcome the experienced team of the Dark Rider Ghost and the massive mighty Warlock, especially with the inspirational motivation of Dante De La Muerte in their corner, there to distract his former friend, Dr. Lucha MD. Of course, this is DrHooksMalone coming to you. I'd like to thank my friends, excuse me. First of all, Thriller over at TCW. Go check out Spytonic. Say what's up from DrHooksMalone. Like and subscribe to Thriller Championship Wrestling to see some great action today, as well as Fight Universe, where you'll see the TWC. Great show over at TWC. Looking forward to the season finale coming up soon. Go like and subscribe and get in on it at Fight Universe. Also like and subscribe to Southern Smoke Wrestling, the SSW, bringing you high-quality videos. Great content at Southern Smoke Wrestling, as well as gaming, alternative media, entertainment, where you'll see the FMW and more. Gaming, alternative media, entertainment. And then see the NEW, Non-Stop Extreme Wrestling. The great content at Non-Stop Extreme Wrestling, as well as VWE TV. My buddy Sergio bringing you the likes of Tony Pretty Boy Valentine, a man that will challenge for the Tag Team Championship at Texas Deathmatch, but I digress. Go check out VWE TV. Like and subscribe today. as well as Clinton Sport Productions, bringing you the OWF and more. Go like and subscribe to Clinton Sport Productions. That's Dr. Lucha. He's got Warlock down. Warlock is saved by his partner, the Dark Rider. Make sure you check out T.O.'s gaming channel, where Travis Oliver is making high-quality superstars. Like and subscribe to T.O.'s gaming channel, as well as Blaze Radio. Go see Blaze and the awesome friends over at Blaze Radio. Make sure you check out the ASPW Network. What's up for QB? Go make sure that you like and subscribe to ASPW Network. And make sure you like and subscribe to Calvin Ricks to get in on the House of Bricks. Go check out Calvin Ricks with unique content, as well as the United Fed Wrestling Network with great shows and great content at the United Fed Wrestling Network. And make sure you check out the RHW Network. Go see what Grim's up to over at RHW Network. And see Ryan Steele to see the Ryan Steele Steel Academy Showcase with System X and so much more at Ryan Steele's channel. And go see my friend Gaming with TD Coco. What's up, buddy? With a special thank you to Citizen Monk, Xenophon, Big Chuck, David Brewer, and all my friends. Thank you for joining me for this special presentation of Big in Japan, brought to you by the IWF. As Ghost, he went for it all with another diving headbutt, but Dr. Lucha avoided contact. Now getting the tag out to his brother Volar. Thank you so much, Clinton. I appreciate that. Tornado DDT. Volar nailing the Dark Rider, spiking his head into the mat. Now with a tag out to Dr. Lucha MT. With kicks to the face. The Dark Rider Ghost in trouble now, getting whipped into the corner by the Doc. Dr. Lucha MT joining forces with his half-brother Volar in an attempt to get recompense for the injury at the hands of the unholy Thanos. Now gets nailed in the face. Big poop from the massive Ghost, stomping away at the legs now. Dr. Lucha MT in deep trouble down on the mat. The Dark Rider Ghost in control. Big lifting back suplex. The Dark Rider spikes Dr. Lucha into the mat once again, as this girl Inferma watches on from the outside. Dr. Lucha MT takes a pounding at the hands of the Disciple of Darkness, the Dark Rider Ghost, who gets the tag out to his partner Warlock. Warlock, a massive giant, gonna do everything in his power to smash, squash, and destroy Dr. Lucha MT. Gonna make sure that Inferma gets put to work. As now Dr. Lucha MT gets a big scoop slam on the massive Warlock. Now setting him up. Let's go for the dock lock. Rolls through, hooking him up. The Warlock with his feet in the ropes. Escaping the hold as the Dark Rider connects with that low drop kick on Dr. Lucha. Dr. Lucha MT, sporting his new pink attire, dragging the massive Warlock to the center of the ring. But the Dark Rider Ghost able to break it up as Dr. Lucha MT whips him to the outside. Back to work on his partner Warlock. Dr. Lucha up to the second rope. Gonna set him up for the flatliner. But Dr. Lucha, he went for the sunset flip and missed. Warlock and Dr. Lucha throwing hands now. Knee into the gut. Dr. Lucha with a kick. Now drop kick into the face of the massive Warlock. down the mat. Thanks to the educated feet of Dr. Lucha, now tagging out to his half-brother Volar. It's a beautiful springboard Asai moonsault. Thank you, Ultimo Dragon. Another great Japanese superstar as he applies the Fujiwara armbar. Thanks to Yoshiaki Fujiwara. Will Warlock be forced to submit as the referee is down? Warlock gets that knee into the face of Volar, scooping up his rival. Volar gets dropped face first on that turnbuckle, but now Dr. Lucha, it's a big Death Valley driver on the Dark Rider Ghost on the outside as Warlock stomps away on Volar. Volar back with a super kick, taking down the massive Warlock. Now Snapmare down, drop kick into the head of Warlock. The Wicked Weaver of Witchcraft and Wizardry, one of the members of the Unholy Alliance, taking a beating at the hands of young Volar now, down on the mat. Warlock able to grab the ropes and break up the pin from that beautiful flipping neck breaker applied by the Maverick Flyboy Volar. Now, with a ripcord, who's gonna go for that Spanish fly, but Warlock saw it coming. Now, with a Hangman's neck breaker, courtesy of Terry Funk, the Road Warrior Hawk right there. Jawbreaker has Volar now. Clotheslines Warlock down. Volar makes the comeback and busts open the massive Warlock now. Bleeding on the mat. Volar drags his opponent to the corner. As Volar and Dr. Lucha look to be performing some surgery here on the Disciples of Darkness. The Warlock just too big on that occasion, tossing his rival Volar like a toy, like a child. As now the Dark Rider Ghost tags in. Look, it's an arm drag. Volar taking control. Back from the Disciples of Darkness now, tagging out to his half-brother Dr. Lucha Inti. Reverses. Ghost chokelock. And takes him down with an arm drag. Dr. Lucha back in control, tries to whip the Dark Rider into the corner, but he just stopped himself. But now he takes out the legs. Dr. Lucha with the last shot. Dr. Lucha delivers the last shot, but the Dark Rider gets the ropes. The Disciples of Darkness saved by their ring awareness once again. Dr. Lucha working over the Dark Rider Ghost. But the Dark Rider wants the attack of the Doc, doesn't want to be the victim of that Doc lock. As Dr. Lucha whips the Dark Rider Ghost to the outside, Warlock watching on. And out, taking kicks and shots from Dr. Lucha, who returns to the ring now. Dr. Lucha MT remaining focused in spite of his former friend, Dante De La Muerte, on the outside, hoping to provide a distraction. But now Lucha gets smashed into the mat by the Dark Rider. Takes a kick to the head. Now Dr. Lucha with a beautiful springboard roundhouse kick. Knocks out the Dark Rider Ghost. He's got him. That's it. Dr. Lucha MT and Volar overcoming the forces of darkness in the Disciples of Darkness. Dr. Lucha MT with a springboard enziguri roundhouse kick that just took the head off of the Dark Rider. As Dante De La Muerte, the rival of Dr. Lucha MT, is forced to watch on from the outside in chagrin. His associates in the Unholy Alliance, the Disciples of Darkness, are defeated here tonight. Dr. Lucha MT and his half-brother Polar teaming for the first time ever, but victorious nonetheless. Polar and Dr. Lucha MT will be able to donate the proceeds to breast cancer research and awareness. Fighting for a good cause here tonight and victorious. This is DrHooksMalone. I'd like to thank you all for joining me for what is sure to be a massive night of action. As up next, we're going to see the showdown in the rivalry between these two half-brothers, the two sons of the great Sensei, a complicated tangled web. As once there was a great luchador known as El Sensei that blended a unique style of Japanese martial arts and lucha libre. This great luchador, he was one day surprised by a baby on his doorstep that he adopted and trained in lucha libre and martial arts. That baby would grow up to become the Super Lucha Libre superstar to the right, ninjutsu. With his adopted son, El Sensei moved to Japan, where he became a top attraction as a hybrid luchador. El Sensei would marry a nice young Japanese girl that was the daughter of the ancient Japanese clan turned Yakuza Mafia gang syndicate known as the Karai Clan. El Sensei, he became the leader of the Karai Clan, and he ushered in a time of good. El Sensei and his Japanese wife, they continued to raise their son ninjutsu, but they also bore and raised another biological child that would later grow up to be Dark Ninja Akuma Karai. Tragically, Dark Ninja, he would grow up to betray his own blood father, stabbing him in the back. Dark Ninja would then usher in a new age of darkness in the Karai Clan, returning to the Yakuza roots and recruiting as many young soldiers and luchadors in their vicious mafia cause as possible.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from the land of the rising sun, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Ninja Rule.
Dark Ninja, otherwise known as Akuma Karai, the leader of the vicious mafia syndicate, the Yakuza syndicate, known as the Karai Clan. Of course, this whole backstory, it's all been in an effort to destroy Dark Ninja's adopted older brother Ninjutsu in order to prevent him from usurping him and taking power in the Karai Clan. Dark Ninja, insecure in his spot, thinks that his half-brother will be able to overthrow him tonight. Will Dark Ninja finally be able to destroy his half-brother, or will Ninjutsu get a win?
Weighing in at 202 pounds, the Ninja.
Ninjutsu having problems with his half-brother Dark Ninja for months now. Dark Ninja recruiting Ninjutsu's very own friends to turn against him. Of course, after they were defeated by Ninjutsu on multiple occasions, Dark Ninja, he fired Gato Meika and Dragon Boy unceremoniously, tossing his former proteges to the side. Dark Ninja believes that he can do better for Karai Clan members. Now he goes at it alone without the help of his former proteges. Dark Ninja and Ninjutsu will finally go one-on-one in Extreme Rules here tonight, as Dark Ninja looks to take the early lead over his half-brother Ninjutsu. Nails the swinging neck breaker, but what do we have here? Big Papi! Last week on Super Lucha Libre, Dark Ninja cost Big Papi his tables match against Barbaros. Now Big Papi, he's here in Japan to distract Dark Ninja. Ninjutsu rolling up his brother, nearly getting the pin. At the distraction. And the massive Big Poppy. What's he doing here in Japan? Ninjutsu now. Tosses Dark Ninja to the outside. Baseball slide drop kick under the ropes. Dark Ninja and Ninjutsu going one-on-one. Big Poppy arriving here, attempting to distract Dark Ninja, but it was to no avail as he escaped the pinfall attempt from his half-brother Ninjutsu, who now wraps up the arm, tries to snap the elbow of his half-brother Dark Ninja. These two men so evenly matched. Clearly trained by the same man, the adopted father of Ninjutsu, the biological father of Dark Ninja. These two men have a hatred lasting a lifetime. As now Ninjutsu has a beautiful Asai DDT on his half-brother, Dark Ninja. Akuma Karai down on the mat as Ninjutsu climbs up top. Setting up Dark Ninja. But no, Dark Ninja reaching his feet. Reversing the kick, takes down Ninjutsu. Chop to the back, kick to the chest. Dark Ninja taking control in this one-on-one showdown between these two heated rivals, these nemesis, Ninjutsu and Dark Ninja. Going shot for shot right now. Neither man gaining advantage. Dark Ninja returning to the ring. And now with a shot to the midsection, stuns Ninjutsu. But Ninjutsu takes the advantage. Takes his half-brother to the outside. Ninjutsu now setting him up. Ninjutsu over the ropes. Beautiful tope suicida from Ninjutsu. Takes down Dark Ninja. And going to work on his half-brother, Ninjutsu. Going to any length, sacrificing his body in the name of getting a win over his half-brother. But now, he's a pile driver on the outside, scrambling the brains of Ninjutsu. Dark Ninja now, using a chair. Smashing it into the back of his half-brother over and over again. But now Ninjutsu comes back, slamming Dark Ninja into the apron and uses the chair. Dark Ninja now going any length. Dark Ninja taken down by Ninjutsu, who goes back to the chair. Ninjutsu in control. Dark Ninja regains the advantage now.
He's reminding his competition that they'll only ever be second.
In this huge showdown here on Big in Japan with DrHooksMalone. Ninjutsu scooping up Dark Ninja, who gets an arm drag to escape. Now Dark Ninja exiting the ring, looking for more hardware. Ninjutsu and Dark Ninja fighting it out. Ninjutsu with strike shots, lefts and rights, and a roundhouse. Dark Ninja down on the outside as Ninjutsu applies an Indian deathlock.
This is an incessant attack being brought to him. He's on his heels, that's for sure.
Ninjutsu and Dark Ninja will give it their all. They will do anything in an effort to defeat the other, and if nothing else, gain bragging rights over their half-brother, the man that they hate the most, respectively. Ninjutsu and Dark Ninja go to war one-on-one. As now Ninjutsu, he gets the kendo stick, But Dark Ninja takes a kendo stick from Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu now suffering the effects of the kendo stick. Dark Ninja. Dark Ninja wielding the kendo stick, but now Ninjutsu takes it back and breaks it over his head. Ninjutsu regaining control over his half-brother. Dark Ninja and Ninjutsu going to Warrior Japan. Moonsault misses. As the Dark Ninja returns to the ring. Ninjutsu now gets to jump on him. Sit out power bomb connects. Can Ninjutsu build enough momentum to defeat his rival? Beautiful tornado kick. Ninjutsu's got him. Dark Ninja's out. No. Dark Ninja able to kick out as Ninjutsu put everything he had into that spinning kick, but now takes a beating at the hands of his half-brother, Dark Ninja, with a series of shots, flattening Ninjutsu as he looks to get another weapon. Dark Ninja, he's got the sledgehammer, sends the sledgehammer into the guts. Dark Ninja with malice, looking to destroy his half-brother. Ninjutsu will be satisfied with picking up a win here tonight, but Dark Ninja looks as though he wants to end Ninjutsu. But now Ninjutsu back with another baseball slide drop kick underneath the bottom rope. Beautiful move as he's back to the chair. Dark Ninja trying to slam Ninjutsu into the steps once again with a failed attempt. What a match here tonight. I'm big in Japan with DrHooksMalone. This is a watch along. I'm not controlling anything. As now Dark Ninja and Ninjutsu go to war. I will be smoking and drinking and enjoying myself. With that being said, Dark Ninja is setting up for his finishing move. I can't leave. Flipping DDT. Ninjutsu in deep trouble down on the mat. Nearly put away at the hands of Dark Ninja, who climbs to the top rope. Dark Ninja now summoning Ninjutsu up. Whip for the knees into the face, but Ninjutsu was wise to it. And he's back with a knee to the face. As I will be right back. DrHooksMalone back here with you. As this is the IWF, we're going big in Japan. Dark Ninja just nails a huge knee to the face. Ninjutsu just barely gets the shoulder up on that near fall. Roundhouse kick to the head of his half-brother. Ninjutsu's nemesis and most heated and hated rival, Dark Ninja, trying to destroy his half-brother Ninjutsu here tonight on the name of maintaining control in his Yakuza clan. As now Ninjutsu, he's got a baseball bat. Dark Ninja Side batter up and down. Ninjutsu now striking him with the bat. Ninjutsu trying to escape. And Ninjutsu nails a shot into the guts of Dark Ninja, now clubbing him with the bat. These two men are trying to destroy each other. Dark Ninja now with a series of shots, taking down Ninjutsu as he climbs to the top. Warrior's Way Stomp connects. The Warrior's Way Stomp from Dark Ninja. No, Ninjutsu able to get the shoulder up. Fighting with all the heart, determination, guts, and grit that it takes to survive here against his half-brother and most hated rival, Dark Ninja. He hits the Ninja. Ninjutsu's got him. No, Dark Ninja kicking out. Just barely surviving. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl arm drag. Dark Ninja with a big right hand. Now sending more shots into Ninjutsu. Dark Ninja taking control. In this grudge match of epic proportions now, Dark Ninja looks to lock the arm up. Variation of the Fujiwara armbar trying to break the arm of Ninjutsu. Now yanking back. Pulling back on the wrist. But Dark Ninja unable to force Ninjutsu to submit on that occasion. Now picking up his half-brother. Running Liger Bomb connects. Dark Ninja down for the pin.
1, 2, 3.
And picks up the 3 count with the running Liger Bomb. Dark Ninja overcoming his half-brother Ninjutsu here tonight in an epic match for the ages. Dark Ninja etches his name in the history books here tonight by defeating his half-brother Ninjutsu up big in Japan.
Here is your winner, the Ninja, Rude.
Dark Ninja victorious, successful in quite a war against his half-brother, able to pick up the win. Perhaps prove his point, gain bragging rights for a lifetime. And what was a 5-star match? Thank you very much, Dave Meltzer. Of course, it's in Japan. As up next, on Big in Japan, with DrHooksMalone, we find out that Hikari's mystery tag team partner, it's the returning Tigress, the superstar, trained by Satoru Sayama, the original Tiger Mask, taking this young woman under his wing. Tonight she returns to the IWF as she were the woman that helped train Yuta Abe in transitioning from Olympic fighting into professional wrestling. Yuta Abe, the woman to the left, the Olympic gold medalist up front. Disgruntled with her position here in the IWF. Looks to take some vengeance tonight with her partner, the Great Shibata. In their newfound alliance, the Great Shibata and Yuta Abe will team up to take on Shibata's rival, the Kawaii fighter Hikari, who of course found her mystery partner, Tigress, the rival of Shibata, as well as the woman that helped train Yuta Abe in transitioning to pro wrestling. Will Yuta Abe be able to overcome her friend and woman she trained alongside? When Yuta Abe and the Great Shibata, they team up against the Kawaii fighter Hikari, and the mystery partner revealed, it's Tigress, and Hikari will team up for the first time here in the IWF as they take on Yuta Abe and the Great Shibata in tag team action here on Big in Japan. And I, for one, have been waiting for this contest for weeks. As now the Olympic gold medalist, along with her associate, make their way to the ring. Yuta Abe and the Great Shibata looking to do battle here tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, you are looking at a team that delivers attacks.
As I said, Yuta Abe and the Great Shibata teaming up for weeks now. Along with the massive man mountain Yoshihana, carving a path of terror here in the IWF. Yuta Abe was successful in defeating her rival Spunky Douglas, one of the good girls. She was also successful in injuring Spunky Douglas. Spunky was unable to compete here tonight. Of course, now Spunky has been replaced by the woman that Yuta Abe trained alongside when she transitioned from being an Olympic fighter to a professional wrestler. Yuta Abe knew very little about the squared circle until she met Tigress.
Here comes trouble.
Now Shibata and Yuta Abe. Yuta, one of the greatest martial arts artists on the planet, will look to prove her skill against two more great martial artists in the Kawaii fighter, Hikari, and her partner, the returning Tigress. What a team and what a match we have here tonight on Big in Japan. So many greats in the history of Japanese wrestling, from the likes of Riki Dozan and Giant Baba to Tatsumi Fujinami, the original Dragon, Yoshiaki Fujiwara, Tiger Mask, Satoru Sayama, the man that trained Tigress, Kenshi Mutsu, the Great Muta, and so many more. Tonight, the superstars of the IWF look to etch their names in the history book, as now Yuta Abe and Tigress are going to start things off in this tag team match. One of our feature attractions. Yuta taking an early advantage over her former trainer, Tigress, as now she tags out to the Great Shibata. Yuta trying to use the Great Shibata in order to do her dirty work for the past 2 weeks. Now she teams with her associate in an effort to defeat the Kawaii fighter and Tigress, who just nails a beautiful tombstone pile driver on the Great Shibata. Shibata with a Kabuki-inspired look, now working over Tigress. Now the huge power bomb. A Great Shibata tagging out to Yuta Abe as Hikari gets the tag in for her team. Spinebuster to little Yuta. A Kawaii fighter, Hikari heads to the top rope. Yuta in trouble now. But Hikari misses the drop kick. No water in the pool on that one. Yuta getting the tag out to the Great Shibata. Hikari taking shots at the hands of the Great Shibata, and he's a Shining Wizard. A Shining Wizard having its effects on the Kawaii fighter. But now she gets the advantage over Yuta Abe, whipping her into the corner. Gonna try to rip the arm off of young Yuta. Hikari places her on the top rope, and now's the knee to the midsection. Yuta Abe suffering the effects of that knee as Tigress gets the tag in from her partner, Hikari. Tigress hooks ahead, tilt-a-whirl head scissor takedown. Beautiful shot. German suplex. Tigress goes to work on Yuta Abe. Of course, this night of action here on Big in Japan, dedicated to the memory of the recent passing of the great Antonio Inoki. Send our condolences to the Inoki family here at the IWF. And the rising sun, it will rise again as we see these young superstars in action here tonight. Yuta Abe with a hip toss to Hikari. Throws an elbow into the face of the Kauai fighter. Yuta now taking control in this tag team contest. Gets the tag out to the great Shibata. Hip toss, taking her down. And Shibata attempts to break the arm of Hikari. And back to work on that elbow. Of course, Yuta Abe, a master of the cross-arm breaker submission. Will Yuta be able to get a submission victory here tonight? A Kauai fighter, Hikari, working over Shibata on the outside. A giant swing applied to great effect. Dizzying. A great Shibata on the outside. Shibata now returns to the ring. And fighting out with Hikari. But gets tossed to the outside. Hikari and Tigress teaming up here for the first time ever, taking on their rivals. A great Shibata with a rivalry going back years with the likes of Hikari as well as Tigress. Yuta Abe, the wild card, the missing ingredient, the X factor in this match. As now Hikari gets a beautiful head and arm suplex. Power bomb. Shibata in deep trouble. Must tag out to her partner Yuta as Tigress gets the tag in as well. Yuta now trying to take an early advantage over Tigress, but Tigress gets the lead. Getting tossed to the outside now. Yuta Abe in control with a very calm demeanor. Now kicking the leg of Tigress. Tossing her to the outside once again. Well, Yuta with a simple strategy is forcing her opponents outside the ring right now. As Yuta joins Tigress on the outside, but she gets caught. Tigress now with an inverted gut-wrench suplex. Yuta in trouble on the outside. Of course, she asked for this, tossing Tigress out. Now, she gets the tag out to the great Shibata, who gets whipped into the corner by Tigress. Yuta gaining the attention of Tigress and gets a big slap to the face. Shibata catches her now. Lifting reverse DDT, spikes her into the mat. Tigress in trouble. Ripcord knee strike connects. It's like a Rainmaker knee. 2 count only. Tigress able to survive. That lifted knee. Kinshasa from Shibata. Tigress able to survive the Kinshasa. Now hooks her up. Tiger bomb to Shibata. Tigress and the great Shibata going to Warrior tonight in the land of the rising sun. As Tigress now tosses her opponent to the outside. Perhaps looks to get a tag out to her partner, Hikari, but no, Tigress decides to join the great Shibata on the outside. German suplex spikes a great Shibata into those thin mats. 6 degrees of separation from concrete. As now Tigress delivering sharp knees into the face of the great Shibata, taking control in this all-important tag team match here tonight on Big in Japan. A great Shibata re-entering the ring and now delivering shots to Tigress. Pops her up. Gets a roundhouse kick. Tigress in trouble on the mat as Yuta Abe re-enters the ring to the ring. A cocky shot into the back. Now yanks up her former trainer as Tigress delivers shots into the midsection. Tigress gets scooped up by Yuta Abe. Tossed across the ring uncharacteristically. Yuta Abe coming at Tigress and everything she's got. Now dragging her to the ropes. And Yuta knocks Tigress to the outside with a forearm. Hits the opposite rope and Yuta with a suicide dive. Taking Tigress down on the outside, now delivering shots and knees to the head of Tigress. Tigress now hooks the head, gets another tilt-a-roll and scissor takedown on Yuta Abe on the outside.
These two teams have gone to war, Cole.
Can Tigress overcome the Olympic gold medalist here tonight? As now she whips Yuta into the corner, but Yuta stops herself. Hip toss takes down Tigress. And Tigress back with a slap. Now it's another German suplex. Yuta Abe down on the mat as Tigress tags out to the Kawaii fighter. Hikari tag back into the ring, but catches a hip toss from Yuta Abe. Yuta with a snapmare. Spinning kick into the face of Hikari, in deep trouble now. But Hikari comes back with a bicycle knee into the face of Yuta Abe. Now Hikari gonna work over the legs. Wise move on the part of the Kawaii fighter. Trying to take out the legs of Yuta Abe. As now Tigress gets that beautiful moonsault kick in the corner. Dragging Yuta Abe into her corner, tag out to Hikari. Hikari with a kick to the face, and now a ripcord knee. Moonsault. Tigress and Hikari with fantastic teamwork. Down for the pin. Yuta Abe barely gets the shoulder up. Hikari and Tigress forming quite the tandem here tonight as Tigress gets a big spin wheel kick. Flattening little Yuta Abe down in the center. Tigress hits the top rope. Getting the classic diving headbutt. Now down for the pin. The great Shibata in the ring, but is blocked by the referee. Tigress gets the win over Yuta Abe. What a win for Tigress, making her return tonight, surprising Yuta Abe, and getting the big win. The great Shibata of little help when Yuta Abe was down on the mat. Tigress able to take advantage of the surprise and get the win here tonight along with her partner, the Kawaii fighter Hikari. Choosing her partner wisely here tonight as Tigress makes her return with a win over the Olympic gold medalist Yuta Abe. Your winners, the Kawaii fighter, Hikari, and her partner Tigress. Here on Big in Japan. What a match. And what a show here we have so far. And what a set of matches we have yet to come. As up next, we're going to see a massive match between two massive gargantuan superstars. The Madman, the man to your right, Ichiban Madman San, he will be in action against the man that defeated him 2 weeks ago, the Massive Disaster. The Disaster, the hired gun by JC Platinum, the man that stands in his corner. One of the members of Platinum Productions as his team continues to grow. Now, with the prize fighter, the Nigerian prize fighter Xavion, the man that put a focus and a target on Madman in the first place. The Disaster and the great Jada Clubber Lane. JC Platinum amassing a force unlike any other in order to take down the Madman and perhaps force him into retirement. Will the Disaster be able to do so here tonight? As the Disaster will go one-on-one with the man he defeated once already, the legendary, iconic Madman. He's not going to go down without a fight. In this massive match of epic proportions, the Madman goes one-on-one with the Disaster. Up next here on Big in Japan with DrHooksMalone.
Yeah, now we're talking.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Pangea. Weighing in at 496 pounds, the Disaster.
Such a reckless, violent superstar. And you can tell the WWE Universe isn't exactly a fan of their tactics in the ring. Well, guess what? They don't care what the WWE Universe thinks of them. All they care about is getting a win at all costs. He says it's all tonight and plans on showing why everyone backstage should be scared.
The Disaster, awaiting the arrival of his rival.
And his opponent from the edge of reality. Weighing in at 337 pounds, Madman.
The Madman. The original Mad Hatter, as it were. On his way to the ring to do battle with this massive monster. The hired gun. The outside help of JC Platinum. The Disaster brought in for the specific purpose of defeating, destroying, and putting the Madman out of action once and for all. However, many have tried, many have stepped up to the plate, and many have failed. As the Madman is the legendary icon, the staple of the IWF. Will he be able to overcome one of his greatest challenges in the disaster here on Big in Japan? The Madman catches an early lead with that headbutt. Now dropping the elbows as Platinum Productions watch on from the outside. The Madman gains the advantage. And now stomping away like a madman. The Madman, he's already mad. Going Magna with that shoulder claw as the Disaster makes it back to his feet. The Disaster shoved off. The Madman nails a big axe hammer, flattening the huge Disaster. As he goes back to the elbows, the Madman breaks the face once again. And back to that shoulder claw. Simple strategy from the Madman so far, attempting to ground the big man and apply that nerve hold. And now lifts up the Disaster high in the air with an atomic drop. Goes to the headlock. And nails him right into the face of Disaster. The Madman in firm control. Takes a jawbreaker. The Disaster gets scooped up, but escapes the slam. Now the Disaster. It's a power slam of his own. The Madman scooped up the Disaster with ease. But the Disaster was not to be slammed on that occasion. Madman now hooks him up. Pile driver. A Disaster's weight working against him on that occasion. Now scoops him up. Spine buster. The Madman going to work on a Disaster. Nearly defeats him there.
But now is not the time to bask in disbelief.
And now the big bad Mad Daddy got the Disaster down on the mat. Trying to yank his head off. The Madman in control of the big man Disaster. Face down on the mat. But now yanks up the leg of the Madman, escaping that hold. Can the Disaster overcome the iconic Madman? Or will Madman put another notch in his belt? Doesn't work. Now working over the leg of the mighty Disaster, trying to take out the wheels of the big man. Disaster ducking the clothesline. And it's a back elbow on the Madman. Rocking the Madman with that huge right hand. And a headbutt. Flattening the big bad Mad Daddy in the corner. The Disaster in firm control. Savion watching on with glee. The hired gun of Platinum Productions. The Disaster hammering the Madman right now. Paying dividends indeed. Drops the elbow on the back of the neck. The Disaster in firm control. Choking his opponent down on the mat. The Madman in big trouble. Eats a headbutt that busts open the legendary Madman, but he kicks out. 2 count only. The Madman not beaten yet, but takes a chop to the head. The Disaster dropping a massive headbutt. As every move that this man applies having so much effect. The Madman looks to be getting mad, but gets caught. The Disaster scooping him up. Smashes him into the mat. The Disaster in control. Nearly defeats the Madman on that occasion. But the Madman surviving. Now gets whipped into the corner at the hands of this monstrous giant who squashes him with an avalanche. and drops another elbow into the neck. That devastating elbow drop may be the difference maker. As the Disaster now gets caught by Madman with backhands. The Madman back in control, now setting him up. The Madman's ready. Mad Attack misses. The Disaster wise to the Mad Attack. Now catches him. Belly to belly suplex, and what a belly it is. 2 count only. The Madman survives. The Madman fighting back with all the grit, guts, and determination he has against this monster. The Disaster scoops up and gets slammed. The Madman gets the big scoop slam. A moral victory, as it were, over the Massive Disaster, who gets whipped into the corner. The Madman setting him up. Clothesline connects. The Disaster in trouble now. The Madman working over the Disaster on the mat. Puts the Aiken's head off once again. Pulling back on the chin. The Disaster in trouble on the mat. Will he submit? No, the Disaster survives. Now taking control over the Madman. The Madman fighting back against his massive and mighty opponent. Tosses this gargantuan star over the ropes, and now they're going to pound away into the chest of the Disaster.
Shot after shot after shot.
The Madman looks like he's getting really mad here tonight. But the Disaster kicks the leg out. Tried to use some body block, that is. But the Madman blocked it and eats the DDT on that thin padding on the outside. The Disaster trying to bust the skull of the Madman. Now the Disaster using that hold that the Madman was using on him. A taste of his own medicine as the Big Bad Mad Daddy returns to the ring, followed closely by his rival, the Disaster, who blocks the Kuso. The Madman looking for the Madman chokeslam was blocked by the Disaster, who heads up to the second and uses his full body weight, crashing down on the Madman. And now the Disaster with the Superstar Graham technique. But no, Madman able to kick out. The Madman gets yanked down. The Disaster squashes the Madman. The Madman, he's out. But no, the Madman survives somehow. How could the Big Bad Mad Daddy have the guts to survive that low crossbody? But now he scoops out the legs. Almost got the Disaster there. The Disaster now in trouble. The Madman and the Disaster. These two gargantuan forces clashing in a match of epic proportions as the Madman gets the super choke slam off the top. The Disaster's down. No! How did the Disaster kick out of that one? The Madman at a loss now. Setting up the Disaster. Now's the Mad Attack. The Disaster is down. Madman setting him up one more time. Will he get it? Guzo applied. But the Disaster takes the hand away from his throat. Delivering a headbutt. The Disaster now gets a belly to belly. The Madman's down. Will the Disaster get him? No. The Madman able to kick out once again. As this massive Disaster has been able to survive here tonight. The big bad Mad Daddy back with a DDT of his own. The Disaster down and out. But gets a rope break on that occasion. The Madman with an uncharacteristic drop kick. Now smashes the face of the Disaster, who's busted open. Disaster in trouble at the hands and the head of the Madman. As the Madman gets whipped into the corner by the Disaster. Hits the other turnbuckle and squashes the Madman. The Madman smash between a rock and a hard place. The Disaster now setting him up. Boston Crab. The Boston Crab is applied. The Disaster goes to a submission hold. Wants to force the Madman to give up. But the Madman escapes and now kicks away the Disaster. The Madman still alive in this match. The Disaster rocks out, gets him tossed. What a move from the Madman. Stomping away at the arm, working over the Disaster. Now, getting all fired up. The Madman yanks the Disaster up. Rights connecting. The Disaster rocked. The Madman tosses the Disaster over the ropes. Now hits the opposite rope. Mad attack all the way to the outside. What a move from the Madman. The Disaster in deep trouble. Taking the Mad attack through the ropes all the way to the outside. The Madman tosses the Disaster into those wooden steps. Now going to work on his rival. Madman putting everything on the line here tonight against his rival. As he re-enters the ring, the Icon, the Big Bad Mad Daddy, having a massive epic showdown with the Gargantuan Disaster here tonight on Big in Japan with DrHooksMalone. I'd like to thank you all for joining me for this very special presentation. Of course, Super Lucha Libre, it will return next week. As now the Disaster. Now's another DDT. The Madman's brains rocked at the hands of the Disaster. Breaking away at the back. The Disaster fighting as dirty as he has to against the Big Bad Madman. 8. Count of 8 now. Can the Madman make it back into the ring?
Barely made it back in time.
Eats another headbutt. The Disaster using his big coconut cranium. But the Madman coming back now. Looks to be getting mad. Ducks the clothesline. Power slam connects. The Madman in control now. Right hands. Blocked by the Disaster. Another one. Now the Goozle. Madman's got him. Madman choke slam. The Madman nails it once again. Center of the ring. 3 count. The Madman gets it. The Madman victorious in Japan. What a match.
These guys were awesome. Let's take another look.
I don't know how it could get any bigger than that on Big in Japan. But we will find out later on when the massive Man Mountain Yoshihana squares off with Sumo Show. But now the Madman steals the show with a banger of a match against the Disaster, defeating his rival here tonight on Big in Japan.
Here is your winner, Madman.
JC Platinum, Xavion, and Jada Clover Lane, all upset on the outside as their man, the Disaster, is defeated and ousted here tonight by the Big Bad Mad Daddy, overcoming his rival here on Big in Japan. Wow, what a match. Here on Big in Japan, brought to you by the IWF as well as Super Lucha Libre. As up next, the Super Lucha Championship will be on the line. The champion, Spectre, on the roll of a lifetime after winning the Lucha Championship by defeating Big Papi and Espectro Azteca in a triple threat match. Spectre has been nearly unstoppable, defeating the likes of his very own brother Phantasm, as well as Espectro Azteca. Tonight, Spectre will put the Lucha Championship on the line against the great trainee of one Jushin Thunder Liger, perhaps the greatest junior heavyweight, cruiserweight, what have you, of all time. Jushin Thunder Liger training his protege Liger Maskwell, as tonight he's going to go one-on-one in an attempt to take the gold. Can Liger Mask come out on top in his first opportunity at the Super Lucha Championship here tonight against the experienced champion, Spectre? Spectre and Liger Mask go one-on-one for the Lucha Championship. They're all big in Japan.
And is for the Super Lucha Championship.
As now the protege of Jushin Thunder Liger, as well as Tiger Mask, makes his way to the ring. The legendary Jushin Thunder Liger, perhaps responsible for winning more championships than just about any superstar in history. Tonight he watches on from home as his young protege, Liger Mask, gets the opportunity of a lifetime against the Lucha champion Spectre with the gold on the line. Can Liger Mask rise to the occasion? Spectre, the Lucha champion, second generation superstar, the son of the greatest Spirit 2, being forced to watch on as his father was forced to work for the owner of Super Lucha Libre, El Rey Diablo.
Don't be surprised if history is made here tonight.
El Espiritu, like all other luchadors, being forced to pay dues in order to be a superstar to the Diablo family. Spectre watched on for years as his father was pushed to the limits and abused by El Rey Diablo.
As far as title defenses go, this is about as big as it gets.
And now,
He needs to be on his
Spectre throwing it in the face of El Rey by becoming the Super Lucha champion, as El Rey Diablo owns the company, but he can't make himself the champion. Spectre holding the gold and the power as of right now. Can Liger Mask take all the prestige, the honor, the fame, and the glory associated with the Super Lucha Championship?
Introducing the challenger from Osaka, Japan, weighing in at 222 pounds, Liger Mask. And introducing the champion from the other side of darkness, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the Super Lucha Champion, the Phenom.
the Super Lucha Champion, Spectre, the brother of Phantasm, looks to defend his title once again, much as he did when he defeated his brother Phantasm tonight. He faces off against a great adversary indeed, in the form of Liger Mask. Liger Mask with everything to gain and nothing to lose. Will he become the Super Lucha Champion here tonight in his very homeland of the Rising Sun? How big in Japan? Liger Mask and Spectre going one-on-one now. Spectre catches Liger Mask with a series of shots. He gets a knee to the face. Liger down on the mat. And Spectre up to the top rope. Waiting. Liger Mask to get to his feet. But Liger catches Spectre in the gut. Now, Liger Mask goes up top. Goes for a rolling senton. But the Lucha Champion wise to the attack. Liger Mask now catches Spectre. Power bomb early in the match. As Liger Mask now gets caught with an enziguri. Spectre yanking Liger Mask down by his mask. Using the mask to his advantage. And now gets the corkscrew press. Spectre's got him already. Is that it? No. Liger Mask kicking out at one. Spectre hitting that signature maneuver. But Liger Mask still alive in the match. Working over Spectre in the corner. Springboard tornado DDT. Beautiful move from Liger Mask as he gets his legs swept out. Spectre back up top now. The champion in control. Goes for a swanton but misses. Liger Mask out of the way. Yanks up Spectre in a powerbomb. But Spectre escapes. The Lucha Champion Spectre. Slingshot drop kick in the corner. Liger Mask. Worse for wear. Gotta fight back if the Oaks to become Lucha Champion here tonight. He delivers shots to Spectre now, whipping him into the corner. Spectre eats the turnbuckle as Liger Mask eats the feet of Spectre. Liger Mask and Spectre going shot for shot now. But Spectre gets the snapmare and drop kick into the face. Rolling Liger kick misses. Spectre has that one scouted. Doesn't want to get hit. But the rolling Liger kick. Liger Mask now. Hammerlock suplex. As Liger Mask climbs to the top rope. Going for an all-frog splash. The frog splash connects on Spectre. Does he have him? No. Spectre, the Lucha Champion, gets the shoulder up. But now the lights go out. Spectre catches Liger Mask off guard. Spinning Hurricanrana takedown. Does Spectre have him? No. Liger Mask caught off guard. With the Hurricanrana takedown, however, able to kick out. That's how Spectre scoops him up. Tombstone pile driver connects. Liger in trouble on the mat. Spectre up on top. The Lucha Champion measuring him for that axe handle. Shades of Jimmy King on that one. Now trying to yank the mask off. Spectre up on top again, another spinning Hurricanrana takedown. Liger Mask back with a kick to the head from the ground. But Spectre hits him up with a tilt-a-whirl head scissor takedown. Liger Mask and Spectre Going at it here for the Lucha Championship as the rear naked choke is applied. Spectre attempting a little Inokiism here with the rear naked choke on Liger Mask, but eats an elbow to the face. Liger Mask whipping Spectre into the corner, now setting him up on top. Spectre fighting back. Now it's a heel kick that busts open Liger Mask. Blood pouring from the head of Liger Mask beneath that mask. As Spectre gets tossed off the top rope. Liger tossing off Spectre. And now heads to the top rope himself. Hits the mask. No. Misses the diving headbutt. Liger in trouble now. Spectre eats a fisherman driver. Vintage Jushin Thunder Liger at the hands of Liger Mask with that fisherman driver. That's how Spectre gets back to his feet. Snapmare takedown, drop kick into the face of Liger Mask. The Lucha Champion up on top. Corkscrew press from the top. Does he have him? Liger Mask is down. And that's it. The Lucha Champion Spectre overcoming Liger Mask here tonight and retain his Lucha Championship. What a match here on Big in Japan as the Lucha Champion overcomes adversity once again. Liger Mask unfortunately defeated on this occasion. Perhaps he will get his opportunity at a later date as Spectre overcomes young Liger Mask.
And still Super Lucha Champion, the Phenom.
I can't imagine
Spectre, the Lucha Champion, victorious here tonight.
This was a message from him.
What a match here on Big in Japan. As Spectre holds up his Lucha Championship. Now we await our massive main event. And would you look at this? In the corners, the respective corners of the massive HANA and Sumo JHO. It's the tag team that competed earlier on tonight. The Great Shibata, of course, representing HANA. But now Yuta Abe standing in the corner of Sumo JHO. Perhaps Yuta Abe no longer wants to be associated with HANA and the Great Shibata. Standing alongside the opponent of Yoshi. As this one all started. Because they say, never meet your idols. Well, in this case, we have the massive and mighty Man Mountain, HANA, the idol of young Sumo JHO. In his home country here in Japan, HANA, he's a godlike kaiju. He's rightfully worshipped and idolized for his winning ways in the world of sumo and being perhaps the greatest cross-sport superstar in history. With HANA on top of the world, of course, he would inspire young sumo stars to follow in his footsteps. After years of scratching and clawing his way up the ranks of sumo and pro wrestling, Sumo JHO, he was more than ready to meet his idol and his greatest inspiration, HANA. Yoshi, however, he had other intentions. He felt threatened by the dominating presence of a fellow sumo superstar. Sumo superstar. HANA, he took it upon himself to attack Sumo JHO backstage with insidious and malice intent. He looked to take out the winner of the Summerfest Elimination Chamber and the #1 contender. Sumo Joe, he was on a meteoric rise to the top in a championship match with Jamal Jones. But now, Sumo Joe forced to postpone his title match. He's going to look for vindication over his greatest rival and his childhood hero that shattered the dreams of young Sumo Joe, hoping to one day form a team with HANA. Now, who can come out on top when these two monstrous kaijus clash in a massive battle that may swallow the earth? The biggest sumo battle in history. As we get ready to see HANA versus Joe. HANA making his arrival along with his manager and muse, the great Shibata, the woman whom was defeated, although it seemed that she allowed Yuta Abe to be pinned earlier. Now Yuta, she's going to stand in the corner of HANA's opponent as Sumo Joe makes his way to the ring. Will Sumo Joe overcome his greatest rival tonight? Yuta Abe walking alongside her newfound friend. Looks to provide inspiration, apparently, to the likes of the Batman from Japan, here in his very own home in Tokyo, as we go big in Japan. Sumo Joe will finally go one-on-one here with HANA. Sumo Joe, with a somber tone, will take no pleasure in this attack. Sporting his kamikaze band, Sumo Joe looks to go to any length tonight to defeat his rival. As now these two massive superstars clash, Sumo Joe and HANA going one-on-one. Yoshi got Sumo Joe down early, choking away at his opponent with his foot. As now the Man Mountain, the thrilling sumo superstar, hits a huge suplex and goes to work on his rival, Sumo Joe. Back to his feet now, gets whipped to the outside as the monstrous giant, upwards of 7 foot tall, somewhere between 500 and 600 pounds, is the massive, gigantic Man Mountain. HANA trying to yank the head off of Sumo Joe. Now Sumo Joe gets tossed on the outside. HANA treating one of the largest superstars in all the IWF like a child. Dropping him face first on the apron. As HANA now tosses Sumo Joe into the side. The referee to a count of 7. As I will say that this match, it has a no-stop clause. There will be no count-out. We will restart the match. HANA stopping the count-out himself as Sumo Joe re-enters the ring. But gets tossed to the side by Yoshi. HANA now hits the opposing ropes. Leg drop misses. Sumo Joe gets out of the way. Now, he shows opportunity, gets a big foot to the face of Yoshihana. Gonna wisely work over the leg. Drives an elbow into the knee of the Man Mountain. Sumo Joe working over Yoshihana down on the mat. Went for a leg drop himself, but Yoshi had that one scouted, got out of the way and delivers a headbutt. The busts open Sumo Joe. Joe in trouble early at the hands of Yoshihana. But Yoshi eats a kick to the face, and now Sumo Joe with an press. Smashes the sternum of the mighty sumo champion. Now Yoshihana back with rights and lefts, knee into the gut. But Sumo Joe takes advantage and sends a chop and two chops into the chest of the man that he formerly idol worshipped. Now up on the second rope. Bonsai drop, Sumo Joe using Yoshihana's own move against him. Yoshi down for the pin, but kicks out. Sumo Joe will have to do more than that to put away the massive and mighty Yoshihana here tonight. As we are big in Japan with DrHooksMalone, I'd like to thank you for joining me as Sumo Joe. He had the show locked in there. Yoshihana able to escape the signature submission hold of the sumo superstar, elbowing his way out of that sumo drop. Sumo Joe gets a boot to the face and takes down Yoshi. And now a senton. Yoshihana in trouble. Now gets smashed with a Uranagi. As Sumo Joe locks in the show lock once again. Can he force Yoshihana to submit? No, Yoshihana able to escape that deadly submission hold at the hands of Sumo Joe. It's a huge belly-to-belly suplex. Working over his rival. Now squashes him. Sumo Joe in trouble. Yoshihana. No. 2 count only. Sumo Joe now perhaps awaiting his destruction as Yoshihana sets him up. Sumo Joe, he saw it coming. Now with another inverted atomic drop. Kick into the face. Samoan drop. No, senton bomb, excuse me, from Sumo Joe. Yoshihana kicking out at 2 once again. These two great rivals clashing here tonight in this massive match on Big in Japan. As Yoshihana is now in trouble at the hands of his former protege. Sumo Joe up on top, going to go for another. Nails the bonsai drop. Does he have him? No. Yoshihana 2 3/4 able to get the shoulder off, and now it's a flatliner. Sumo Joe in trouble. Yoshihana with a second win. This massive monster fighting with everything he has to stay alive. The great Shibata and Yuta Abe watching on from their respective corners as the men they represent clash here tonight. Sumo Joe now with a snapmare, taking down Yoshihana with a kick into the chest once again. Now a knee into the face, connects. Yoshihana in big trouble. Sumo Joe in control. Gonna go for another knee. Kneeing the face off of Yoshi. Is that it? No! Yoshihana gets the shoulder up at 2. Sumo Joe now bring everything he's got. Clothesline knockdown. Huge back body drop on the Man Mountain. Buster connects. Sumo Show manhandling the massive Yoshihana. And delivers the headbutt. Can Sumo Show overcome his idol and his greatest rival and his greatest opponent to date? The massive Man Mountain in trouble down on the mat at the hands of the Bam Bam from Japan. Sumo Show in control. Now with another headbutt. Bust open, Yoshihana bleeding. As Sumo Show drips blood on his opponent, climbs to the top. Another bonsai drop connects. That's it. No! Yoshihana survives. Sumo Show didn't waste any time. Hits another hip press and a knee into the face. Yoshihana surviving 3 bonsai drops. Sumo Show trying everything he has. Now going for the kicks. The kicks to the chest. Shades of Hashimoto. Has Sumo Showdown. Smashes Yoshi into the mat with the Uranagi. And now the show lock is applied. But Yoshihana, he got the ropes. Down for the pin. Yoshi's got the ropes again. But Sumo Show gets the pin nonetheless. The referee, oblivious to the arm on the ropes. Yoshihana. Yoshihana was cheated here tonight. But nonetheless, Sumo Show victorious. Unbelievable. Yoshihana grabbing the ropes at the last second. As Sumo Show got the pin, the #1 contender is victorious here tonight on Big in Japan. As I'd like to thank you for joining me. Coming up next time on the IWF, we're going to have the Texas Death Match, where there will be a massive 4-way Hell in a Cell match between the 6 psychotic, sociopathic, and strange Curve taking on his former protege Christopher Cameron, as well as Inferno, the man that seemingly has stolen the girl that they're fighting over. Cat Scarlet getting between Curve and Christopher Cameron. Curve, Inferno, and Cameron, they will be joined by Devin Gabriel inside the devilish structure known as the Hell in the Cell. As well as the IWF Championship, J Money Jamal Jones, he's going to take on the winner of the tables match last week. One of the high rollers, Ronnie Flash Valentine. It's going to be J Money taking on Valentine for the IWF Championship at Texas Deathmatch, and where the tag team titles will also be defended. And don't forget, next week, Super Lucha Libre returns, where we're going to see El Gordo. He says he's found the answer to all his problems and prayers, and he's hired 2 new employees that have no fear of Los Diablos. It's going to be Sancho Diablo, Necrot, and Barbaros of Los Diablos taking on El Gordo, and the 2 newest employees of Tacos El Gordo when Super Lucha returns, as well as the continuing Ladies World Championship Tournament on Ladies Night. Will we ever discover the true identity of the second mystery clown that has forced Cutie Pie to lose everything? I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Make sure you check out all my friends' channels at DrHooksMalone YouTube channel, where you can see all past episodes of the IWF Super Lucha Libre and Ladies Night. If you have any suggestions, leave a post-show comment or contact me. And be sure to stay safe and positive out there. Love you all, and I'll see you on the next episode.